Hello, I'm Cleopatra Wallace, and today's video is going to be about a cold case that happened in Delphi, Indiana in February of 2017, and it's known as the Delphi murders, the two little girls, Abby and Libby. Alright, so we're going to use these three decks that are in front of me now. The ones up top we will be using to clarify, and the one on the bottom we're going to use to start out with our initial question. And I'm going to ask roughly about 5 questions. And there was like a new bit of information in this case. A little while back I had a newer sketch where the person looked at quite younger. So if you look around on the internet, you can see a recent sketch of the person who is the main inquirer about. Alright, so Holy Spirits and angels and ancestors, we would like to get into the energy of Delphi, Indiana on the date of February the 13th, 2017. We want to get into the energy of Delphi, Indiana on February 13th, 2017. The even tighter grip will be along the Deer Creek. Alright, so the first 2 cards we have is Strength and 3 of Swords. So the Strength card here, as you know, normally it depicts a person with like a pet lion or a feline of some sort. But this one is of a woman who appears to have a tight hold of a man here. The only thing that I'm like being made to notice right out front is his boots. And the other card is Heartbreak. Of course, the 3 of Swords is, you're quite emotional, your heart's broken, unbelief. Alright, so let's begin by clarifying this Strength card, because I believe that is a unexpected show of force. Why is the Strength card here for Abby and Liberty on February 13th? Why is the Strength card here for February 13th? Clarify the Strength card for Abby and Liberty. Oh, there it is. Temperance. And this is major arcana as well. And it's somebody very close measuring. Like he has the 2 cups in his hand going back and forth with the water. But he's not even looking down. He's not even looking down to make sure he doesn't spill it. So I'm hearing a caution to the wind, Like the energy of trying to do something very quickly, even though it should be something that you should take your time with. It's very quickly, with the phrase caution to the wind. And the Temperance card is Sagittarius' energy as well. Well, let's clarify. I want to see who is it that's throwing caution to the wind. Clarify this Temperance card for February 13th, 2017. It tried to get away. Got it. So this person who's throwing caution to the wind is a greedy man. That's what it says right there. on this card, and as we know, cards with no triangles at the top are negative. So now we have a greedy man that is hastily doing something. Alright, now let's go back to this deck here, because I would like to know if this man was alone. Was this man, was he by himself that was throwing caution to the wind? Did you see any other energies that was around him on this day of February the 13th? Yeah, they tried to go through the mirror. See what it is. Alright, we have the 4 of coins. You can see that. I don't know if the light is on right, but there's the 4 coins right there. And we have the 9 of cups. Now the 4 coins is the energy of longevity, you know, long term. Like you see, he's like marks on the wall, like someone who's been caged up for a long time, and it's prepared to be caged up for even longer, because he's sitting on a safe that I would suggest has more cans inside. And this is, for me, it's giving me the energy of this was not his first time doing something like this, because there's lots of scratch marks on the wall where it's, you know, marking off different little events. So yes, this is someone long term or who has been doing this for a long time. Now I also feel like there's more than these 2 victims. And we have the 9 of cups. The 9 of cups is very different from the 4 of coins energy. I'm hearing the word slacker. You know, like, I guess if somebody who slacks on their responsibilities. And I want to say this is, I'm almost wondering, this is the energy of someone who's a bit younger, though. That's a slacker. And it looked like they could use a haircut. Alright. Now, let's switch gears back over here to the 3 of Swords card. Can you see the energy of those who broke hearts on this day? Can you give me the energy of those who broke hearts on this day? Not of the hearts that were broken, but of the one who inflicted the heartbreak. Can you give me the energy of who was inflicting the heartbreak on February the 13th? This one tried to come up, but I don't feel like there's another one. And this is the King of Cups. And even though he's on the water, he still is sitting on a checkerboard. One of his feet is on the blue check, and the other one is on the red check. And it's kind of giving me the impression like somebody has already got like 1 foot in the door of maybe problems with the law. That could be like maybe they have priors or something. But whoever that was, they already have 1 foot in the jailhouse. But let's clarify some more. Can you clarify the King of Cups and the 3 of Swords energy for February the 13th? Can you clarify the King of Cups and the 3 of Swords energy? Clarify the King of Cups and the 3 of Swords. Oh, there it is. Alright. So we have the 7 of Pentacles, which is someone covering the mistakes. Like this is the part in the story where they planted the white rose bush instead of the red. So they're covering the white roses with red paint, as in, you know, to try to cover a mistake. So someone who is covering their tracks, and the 5 of Wands. So it was a bit of a you know, it was a challenge. Well, not really a challenge, because easily they could break these necks of these flamingos if they wanted to. But it was kind of a bit of a challenge to get the flamingos and these wands through this course. Alright, and we have the Three of Cups, which is the drinking and enjoying yourself card. I feel like the Three of Cups energy is the girl's energy. As I'm looking at their faces, the Three of Cups is the girl's energy. So I suppose they are still together. And it looks like they don't mind being together at all. Alright, so the next question I would like to know is, was it someone local? And for that, we are going to use the movie tarot. Alright. Was this crime inflicted by someone local in the neighborhood and familiar? Or this energy of someone that is local and lives there in the neighborhood? Was the person local? Oh, shoot, there it is. Alright. The Knight of Cups. So yes, I would say the person is local because they're hiding their identity. See, he has that little mask on. And the Knight of Cups is all about movement. But if you're a stranger, you don't need to wear a mask or, to cover your tracks because they don't know to look for you there. So I would say by him wearing this mask indicates that he doesn't want people to see his face because then they will recognize him. So in my mind, that would be a yes, that it was someone local. And let's clarify that. Alright. Why is the Knight of Cups here for the perpetrator? Why is it? Alright. And immediately a nosy old woman comes out. Now, as she's, her eyes are kind of like down and to the left. And I know, like, in my mind, when I cut my eyes that way, it's like you giving someone, like, the side eye. So whoever this, very ashamed perpetrator is, there's also a elderly woman who noticed something about him that day, maybe. Like, a lot of older people, they see a lot, but they don't talk so much all the time. And also, how old people feel about their grandkids, and they, elderly women are a lot matronly, so they don't necessarily always want to see one of their loved ones, be blanked for anything. But this Knight of Cups guy has an old woman who, her energy is real strong next to his. So I'm willing to bet he lives with an older woman. Alright, so I have another question. And we're going to use the Omega Land for this one. I would like to know if the voice captured, the down the hill voice, if that was the perpetrator. Was the man who said down the hill the perpetrator? Alright, well, that was a quick answer. Again with the Three of Cups card. And this time it's 3 guys instead of 3 girls. The first time it was 3 girls. Now it is 3 guys. And we have the Tower. And the Three of Cups is togetherness. So the question too was the guy on the voice, one of the guys, and I get the together card. So I would go out on a limb and say they were together. Yeah, they were together. And the Tower is destruction. And you know, death is as destructive as it can get. So that was also another, yes, confirmation that he was together with the perpetrator. And since the destruction shows up for him too, I'm willing to bet he had a just about even hand in it as well. Alright, so let's see. I think we can get one more question. And this, I would like to know, where can the family and the community look for clues that will be of a help or importance of any kind? Where can the community or family look for clues that would be significant? Where are the significant clues in this case? To give us any clues as to where the family should look. In what directions can we expect answers to come? Alright. So, what came out is two cards. One's positive and one's negative. So we have social doings, which would be the community. I suppose look to the community to maybe try to recognize the voice or the attire that the man was wearing. So they can look to the community. But this is the other card. It is the neglect card. And it has a different energy. To me, this card is like something, they forgot to check something. Let's clarify this forgotten element. Let's see what was forgotten. And for that, we're going to use the Wonderland deck. What it was forgotten or neglected to be searched. What area was left out of the search during the Delphi murderous investigation? What area was not searched? What area was neglected to be searched during this investigation? Alright. One fell, but I'm going to get it. Oh, sometimes it takes a while with fingernails on. Alright, so the cards that came out in the area of neglect is Justice, which is like the court or laws. But you know, voices aren't like fingerprints. You can't run them through the database. And I think it was the police that gave us the new sketch. And also we have the Hermit. Now the Hermit is always inside, you know, never really comes out. Someone who I guess you can say is like beyond approach. You know, if a person was seen running across the bridge, you wouldn't say it was the guy in the wheelchair. So it's someone that's beyond reproach. This Justice card could feel like they could have maybe ties in law enforcement or something like that. I mean, they definitely would be beyond reproach. So yeah, I would say this neglect was to a specific group of people who you wouldn't even think to consider. Alright, and we're going to end it there. So again, I'm Cleopatra Wallace, and if you found this video interesting, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, you should do so, because who knows what's going to happen next.